In the next few seconds, you will see what buyers should see when they view business content, assuming they're energetic and awake. The circle moving around the screen indicates a buyer's gaze. When it disappears, it means the eyes are closed. The buyer is asleep. They say that the eyes are the windows to the soul, but in business, they can be the windows to fatigue. And with neuroscience tools, we now have access to this window. Fatigue is essential to address because it represents a decline in cognitive and behavioral performance, which means poor attention, memory, and decision-making. Over the years, I have observed how buyers get fatigued in some expected and unexpected ways. For example, in one neuroscience study, when I asked buyers to read an ebook about an AI solution and attend a Zoom sales meeting on the same topic, we noted a statistically significant difference in participants' fatigue levels. Zoom participants were more tired than those who read the ebook. So there is such a thing as Zoom fatigue. But recognizing fatigue is not enough. You must tackle it head on. How do you do that? In one study, I asked 3 groups of buyers to view a sales presentation related to a highly technical and complex platform in the telecom space. Group 1 viewed the sales presentation where all the slides were static. Group 2 viewed the same presentation as Group 1, but some elements in the slides were animated in PowerPoint. Group 3 viewed the same presentation, but in addition to PowerPoint animations, the presenter annotated some areas using the pen feature in PowerPoint, drawing circles and arrows and typing text. Even though Group 3 was exposed to more movement, buyers had lower fatigue than Groups 1 and 2. And surprisingly, fatigue stayed low for this third group, even when they were completing a quiz about the content they had just viewed. In another neuroscience study, I asked 3 groups of buyers to view the same sales presentation related to the merits of a marketing solution. For Group 1, the presenter drew the content live on a blank PowerPoint slide using lines, shapes, text, and numbers. Group 2 saw the same content, except these elements had been drawn and animated in PowerPoint ahead of time. Group 3 saw the same content, but the presenter delivered polished slides with sophisticated designs. There were no differences in buyers' fatigue in the beginning when the presenter spoke about industry trends and challenges. The fatigue levels were the same during the presentation of the solution. However, for the group that saw the authentic drawing, the fatigue was lower in the end when the presenter summarized the merits of the solution and asked for a follow-up meeting. That's when you want the audience to be fresh and willing to meet again. It could be that the annotations were additive because they were appearing at a regular pace, and the buyer's brain learned to anticipate them, sort of like you anticipate meter and rhyme in poetry. I'm not saying you can turn a technical presentation into pure poetry, but it is possible to guard against fatigue by using animations and annotations. So, given this neuroscience evidence, here is a counterintuitive fact and a practical guideline. In your presentations, consider increasing stimulation with added movement or live drawings to decrease fatigue. This works because you're contributing to buyers' sensory and cognitive engagement. Dynamic visuals activate multiple sensory systems in the brain, which help your buyers stay alert. Animations and drawings involve weaving various threads of information together, much like storytelling, which can reduce feelings of fatigue. In addition, constant movement and drawings introduce frequent novelty, which also keeps the brain alert. When viewers expect a static presentation and instead receive a dynamic one, the element of surprise can refresh their cognitive system and guard against fatigue. Sometimes, change can be as good as rest.